The film called?
Green Mansion.
And why are we talking about it?
Because it was a very popular book, and then it was filmed in Venezuela in the jungle.
What reminded you of it?
And what?
What reminded you of it right now?
Because you said Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
About a film from Venezuela. And on top of it, the people like Audrey, and there was, I think, Mel Ferrer, a whole bunch of actors were all staying in the Tamanak where I had my office.
Did you watch them film it?
And they were, they were going out in the jungle to film.
Did you see them?
And they would all come to my office and sit around.
Really?
And talk and ask questions about Venezuela,
Because you were like the concierge?
No, I was like the tourist information for the government for all the new development in tourism. There was a new department they made, Turismo.
But you didn't work for the hotel?
No, I worked for the government.
But you had an office in the hotel?
And I had a beautiful office, like a suite.
In the best hotel in Caracas?
In the best hotel in Caracas.
That sounds like a good job.
It was a fantastic job.
What years did you do that?
How many years? About 3 or 4. And I had
Which years were they?
the last one. When Dad came, he was always sitting there.
Did he stay in that hotel?
And he would visit, and he would, and they didn't like that. They started reporting about it, and I got in trouble.
He was a pest.
But he was doing it on purpose, so I would get in trouble and leave this job.
Really?
And feel like,
He was a pest.
Well, he was determined, so everything was good,
But was he staying there at the time?
No, he was at an apartment in Altamira.
Oh, he had an apartment? Did Rolly ever come?
Yeah, when Rolly was there, we were all together. We would go, after my jobs, they would meet me, and we would have a drink and go swimming there, the swimming pool. And then at night, sometimes we would go dancing.
With Carl? Did he dance?
Yeah, with all of us,
So you guys had a good time?
We had a wonderful time around this job.
What did
and
Kitty...
I was very well paid, and it was only half a day, 2 of us we were. We were 2, and one man was an uncle of the minister, of the secretary, And he was there just like he was an ex-tenor, and he was very nice, till he got very jealous of Dad when Dad showed up.
Oh.
And started sending roses and,
What did Carl think of all that?
Well, it was at the end already.
Why at the end?
Carl was getting upset, but he thought it was just...
A fling.
I was just,
He thought it was a fling.
Yeah, that was
that helps. Thank you.
And then Dad would leave, and that would be the end. So Dad left and started sending cables and roses and...
To your office.
Before you know, he was back, So that when we got in little trouble. All around.
What about, where did you live with Carl?
In Churumo. It's a very nice little mountain house.
A mountain house? And did Lily live there? Did Lily live there?
Yeah, Lily lived with us, and in the beginning we bought it together with Tom.
Tom who?
Tom, our friend Tom.
Paparazzi? He lived there too?
Yeah, he was a partner.
Is it a big house?
No, it wasn't big, but it was very modern and very pretty. With terraces, uneven terraces, like landscapes all around.
Did Kitty live there?
Yeah, after Kitty stayed, and then they sold it. And
who else lived there?
Granny. And then Tom's mother lived there for a little bit.
And his wife?
No, he wasn't married and he was young. But we had to buy something. I was so tired of moving from apartment to house. And
wasn't Tom upset when you left?
No, because he left before.
Oh.
I wrote him a letter saying that he couldn't believe his. But he was a partner. By that time we had paid him off. But then it made it possible for us to start it, you know.
Yeah.
And we called it Makato.
Was Tom a refugee also?
No, Tom had a very good job from England.
You met him later.
He came as recommended to Uncle Ali, which knew his, still from Poland, from friendship. And Uncle Ali, of course, as usually when he had anybody interesting, he would bring it to us, you know, to my mother and to me.
Okay.
So he brought Tom and said, do something about this young man because he needs a place to live. And
He had a job.
he had this good job from England,
Mm-hmm.
an engineer, you know.
Oh.
So Tom once wanted to stay with us and live with us.
And Ollie lived there too?
No, Ali had he built the house already.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not yet, but had a different place. So then, yeah, I wanted to tell you about Tom. So we called the Quinta Makato.
Uh-huh.
Mary, Carol, and Tom. Makato. That was the name of the house and land around.
Oh, that's nice.
Quinta Makato.
Uh-huh.
But then Carol paid him off before he left.
And you and Carl didn't want to have children?
No, we wanted to have children. That's why,
You tried to have children?
yeah, all these years I wanted to have children.
And Carl wanted to?
Yeah, I think he did, but nothing happened.
What did the doctor say?
He never went to a doctor.
He never went to a doctor?
No, and I thought I better go. I went secretly,
And you knew you could have
and
children?
I thought I probably can't, and then I thought I have to know. So I went,
Uh-huh.
and I knew I could.
Yeah.
So I didn't know why it wasn't happening.
Uh-huh. What pets did you have?
What?
Which pets did you have there?
Which test?
Pets.
Pets, we had too many pets. We had those wild-haired Scotch Terriers,
Uh-huh.
a whole bunch of them.
So-
At one point we had 14 with puppies,
Uh-huh.
because my mother was
Would you move
breeding
around,
them.
Anna? Mm-hmm.
And then we had a big wolf dog called Prince.
Uh-huh.
And my dog was called Chica.
Chica?
Chica,
What kind of dog?
this wild-haired Scotch Terrier.
Uh-huh.
And
And what about Weenie?
and Granny's dog was called Jenny.
Winnie.
And the father was a silly dog called Pookie.
And they were all purebred?
They
You
were
were
all-
breeding them?
Yeah, and Granny would sell them and make money on it. Sell them to everybody around.
She did a lot of things, didn't she?
She was very resourceful.
Was she successful with her artwork?
She sold all her ceramics always in advance already.
Did she make some money on art?
Hmm?
Was she able to support herself with art?
No,
No.
well, she lived with us, you know, but she had enough money to give us presents and
And she did ceramics,
she did, you know, it was nice for her
sculpture.
to have a little of her own
Mhm.
income. I wouldn't want her to live alone.
Did she learn Spanish?
She had long conversations in Spanish, which wasn't Spanish at all.
Who did she talk to?
Well, we had a maid, Juanita, which would stay in the house while we were gone all day
Mm-hmm.
and serve her tea and lunch and take care of her. Of everything, Juanita. With Juanita, they would talk and talk. Who knows, you know?
They communicated.
Yeah. But she spoke, she had picked up